before you were going so deep into it. Coming out again has become an incredible burden. So deep. I imagine at times you must be tempted simply to stay there a while.
You did this because it's... Howdy, all. Welcome to my review of Rings of Power, Season 2, Episode 6, where, wow, we're just going right for it. I'm still laughing over that. Oh, humanity, this show is a goddamn schizophrenic disaster. It has no idea what it wants to be. They crammed so many different plot storylines into this episode, I wasn't sure where I was going to start. It took me another 45 minutes after finishing the episode to actually figure out how am I going to divide up this nonsense. But I got there. We're going to roll through it. We got literally minutes of the stupids, the three Stooges and their ineptitude. We've got Make Numenor Great Again. Yes, the sea is always right. They brought it back. Then we've got some good old-fashioned dwarven dumbassery. And we end with the elves. Elves. We've got the many resting bitch-face mutations of Galadriel Warrior Princess. We've got Sauron being Sauron. We've got Celebrimbor rejecting his gay lover. And we've got literally 30 seconds of Legolas the Black doing acrobatics and finding a map that will just perfectly lead him to where he needs to go. This show is so goddamn dumb. It's so goddamn stupid. And this week especially, wow. I'm going to show you where they leaned heavily on Star Wars. Yes, I know. Star Wars. They literally copied Star Wars moments into this episode. It blows my mind, but it shouldn't. Anyway, all right. Let's get this over with because I'm losing my mind today.
Once I know that she's safe, I could return to you.
No. You cannot. There are times when one path becomes two, and you must choose. Turn away now, and you can never return to this path.
The stupids, the Stooges, whatever you want to call them. This will not take very long because they're barely in the episode. Their first part, we've got Gandalf, not Gandalf, talking with Tom Bombadil, basically failing his wizard tests. You failed this test. You failed this test. You failed that test. I'm going to say it right now, and I'll lead into it again in a moment. This section of the show, two sections, is this one, and we got another one later on with the dwarves. Heavy Star Wars copy, cut, and paste. What am I talking about? Basically, Gandalf, not Gandalf, is Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back, and Tom Bombadil is Yoda. And basically, he keeps failing, and Bombadil keeps chastising him for failing. It's like, it's essentially, here is the master fire. You can't control the sacred fire. I want to control it. You can't master it. What do you want it to master you? It's essentially, the Force is your ally. You don't control it. It's your ally. It's all over the place here. How retarded can you be to think you're going to put Empire Strikes Back, Luke in Force Boot Camp on here, and me and others are not going to notice this? It's literally taken out from Luke's training on Dagobah. It is. He's gonna go over to some stupid forest of dead tree sticks, and when he's there, you saw the chances of clip. He's gonna be saying, "How do I find it?" Oh, you'll find it. It's essentially go into the cave. Go into the cave. You only have what you bring with you. You'll find it when you need it in there. But then he wants to leave. He wants to leave and go help Nori because he had a vision of Frodo Nori in pain and danger and possible death, and he wants to run away, just like Luke wanted to go to Bespin. But he says, no, if you go to Bespin, Sorry, if you go to where Nori is. See? If you go to where Nori is, you're going to ruin everything. You can't come back. And Yoda said, basically, like what Yoda said, if you go to Bespin, undo all everything they've done. You'll ruin everything they've done. You'll ruin it all, and you'll only damage yourself, and you won't complete your training. Now, of course, Star Wars went on a different path, but it's essentially Star Wars. It's Luke, Yoda, Dagobah. That's all this scene is. And it's retarded, and it's written poorly. Tom Bombadil's constantly aloof. He's constantly talking in mumbo-jumbo riddles. And one time he says one thing coherent is, you've got Sauron rising in the west, and you've got the Dark Wizard in the east. The people are going to die. We covered this last time. Tom Bombadil doesn't give a shit about the people. Doesn't give a shit about the world. He was there before it. He'll be there after it. That's simple. Right. Meanwhile, in the Village of the Damned, Nori is sitting on the stoop with angry black hobbit woman and basically telling her, why can't we leave? I could just turn myself over, but can't you run away? Harfoots move all over the place every month. And we get a nice big speech about how I was born here. I was married here. My husband died under that tree, and I buried him over there. That's it. It's trying to make you connect emotionally to retards who have zero character development and no characteristics you're actually in touch with. Wide-eyed crazy, as Dre said last week, we talked about this a little bit on Roundtable, wide-eyed mammy who's angry at you, you're not connecting with her. We're not. And they really, really want us to connect to Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here, who are now in a romance. It's disgusting. First of all, she says, after they smoochy-boochy, she says to him, did you eat lizard? He goes, yeah. How did you know? Ew. So first of all, he's disgusting. And secondly, I can smell her right here. It's coming through the screen. I can smell her. She's disgusting. And then she's going to have a chat with Nori later about, hey, what are we going to do? I don't know. We turn ourselves over. But if you give up, then everything you've been saying will be for naught, Frodo Nori. Okay, Berry Muncher Poppy. Well, we won't give up because we got to help the stranger, Gandalf, not Gandalf. That's it. That is their entire segment of the show. Poorly written, retardedly done, and forcing a disgusting, smelly romance on us that nobody asked for. Nobody wants that. This is done. This is done. We're done. We're done. It's dumb. Moving on.
If it is the will of the Valar that my life be spared, then it will be.
What if it isn't?
Are you ready to make Numenor great again? I am. I always want to make Numenor great again. All over Big Tit Sister McGee, even though they continue to hide her tits from us. Anyway, so we are at the trial of Elendil. Long story short, he's guilty. But unless he repents and accepts Make Numenor Great Again Pharazôn as his king, he's going to have to be killed, I guess. After a whole bit of, do you accept? No, yes, no, I won't. Oh, you are the villain here. You're the villain. Rightful queen is my memorial. They offer him a chance to get out of it. They offer him Trial of the Faithful, where if the Valar choose to forgive him by the faithful laws, he will be redeemed. And he says, yeah, sure, whatever. And basically that means he's going to be fed to the sea worm. They call it the sea worm. I need a fact check by lore people. Is that a real term? The sea worm? Please, somebody tell me. Meanwhile, Elendil's going to be thrown back in the dungeon, and here comes Big Tit Sister McGee with her tits hidden from us. She's going to plead with him to, give up his pride. Oh, why be so prideful, Father? Please, Father, please, I cannot take it that your pride will not accept your one true Make Numenor Great Again Pharazôn. And he says, no, if that's all you're hearing from me, the pride is the thing keeping me back, then you are nothing. You do not hear my words, daughter. Please, I am your father. Do not press your big tits against me. It's not right. And then she's going to get up and say, I knew you were going to say that. My king, make Numenor great again. King said you'd say that your hatred for him would drown out my pleas. So I brought your shipping partner. She brings in Mariel, and we get the most awkward forced shipping moment yet with these two. With ugly crying. There's ugly crying. There's forehead touching. It's just please do it. Face, it's my command to you while I ugly cry. Please, Elendil, I must have your sex. Because she wants the sex, because they're shipping them. It's ludicrous. It's stupid. He's going to say, no, I can't. I must do this for you because I love you, because the show says we must be together for no reason whatsoever. Day of the trial. They're on the coastline. They've been blowing the horns for 24 hours, apparently. They're marching Elendil out there. He's ready to face it. Pharazon's going, you are going to meet your maker. The Valar will judge you. But then, hold up! Wait a minute! Mariel says, no, I cannot let him be a man and face the Valar in my name. I have to be the Whammons of power and take his place. Well, they say it's allowed in the laws, so she must be able to do it. So they send Muriel into the wading pool. She's going to over there. And then here comes the beastie. She's going to get yoinked underwater. And then she's going to face the beastie and be judged. And I will say this. It's a nice little CGI beastie there. I don't know if it's accurate, but it's good. I appreciate it. I'm okay with the beastie. And they're about to pronounce she has been judged. But then there's a big wave. Now look at this wave right here. Look at everybody standing right there. They should be drenched. Everybody should be drenched. But when suddenly the wave passes and Muriel is left there, everybody but her is dry. Way to be connecting the fact that everybody should be wet, but they're not. I hate this shit. Have some continuity. That's all I ask for is continuity. I ask for a lot of stuff, but I just want continuity. Is it that hard? Anyway, they all now claim she's queen of the sea because I forgot to mention this when he was in prison. Elendil said the sea is always going to be right. The sea is great. So the sea was right. She is queen of the sea, and she's saved. And I guess now Pharazon has to go grab the Palantir and have a vision of Halbrand Sauron. Okay? Does this mean now Numenor will march on Middle-earth and Eregion and take him so they can try and cobble together Sauron and Numenor? I don't know. And I don't care because we're done with this dog shit. This is more dumbassery. We begin the Dwarven section of this Abomination where they're basically shoveling or carting. They're putting shovels in there. They're shoveling, but they're carting gold in front of King Durin III. And that's all going to be cleaned up because suddenly we're in the same place and here comes Durin IV. I've been summoned, father. Not by me, son, but by him. Now, here's a part of the Elven storyline we're going to put in here. They're running out of mithril to make the 9 rings, so here comes Sauron to ask for more mithril, or essentially to steal some. So Sauron is going to say, we're in trouble. We're going to be under attack by the orcs. We need some mithril to finish the rings. We can make a trade. I'll give you timber or anything else you want. And during the third, I always do that. During the third goes, no. Because during the fourth is going, Father, no! Don't listen to his lies! I hate him! He's gonna steal my boyfriend after he's done with his boyfriend! That kind of shit. But of course, during the third goes, no, I reject it. And of course now Sauron, this is highly retarded. This is so damn stupid. Sauron is so angry, he looks at the torch, the brazier next to him, and you see the Balrog appear. Oh, no. You did not just infer that Sauron now just summoned the Balrog to wake up and attack. Oh my God. That is so cheesy and stupid. I hate this. Sauron's gonna leave perturbed, but he's gonna go steal some mithrils, we find out later in the Elven section. And now the Durins are gonna have a tete-a-tete. And here's the other section I told you about. Now here's the part where they again steal from Star Wars. It starts right here. Basically what you have here is Durin is pleading with his father to take the ring off. After he says, I thought you lost your mind. He says, no, I haven't lost my mind. I'm clearer than ever. When they come back, we're going to make Khazad-dûm great again by making us the military-industrial complex. We're going to sell them mithril. We're going to make money. Praise capitalism! That's what's going to happen. And, of course, Durin the Fourth, who is a commie, says to him, no! No, you can't do that. You have to take the ring off. It's controlling you. It's wearing you. You're not wearing it. And Durin the Third is like, no, get away from me. And he starts to walk away. And then Durin the Fourth is going to grab his fist. And they're going to fight. Basically, before that, though, he's saying, don't let it control you. Kind of like how Luke says to Vader in Return of the Jedi, don't let the dark side control you. I know you're still in there. And they're fighting. And then he literally force pushes him off with the ring. He literally uses force telekinesis to force push Durin the Fourth off of him. I can't be the only one that sees this. I can't be. Well, we go back to Durin's house where Disa is now browbeating him and bullying him for failing to stop the mining of mithril. So she's going to be cow-mouthing her way through this scene to a point where Durin starts crying. And she consoles him. And here's the other part of the Star Wars reference. She wants to do all kinds of protests and stopping. She wants to basically chain herself to the entrance to the mine, so they have to call the army and beat them up. And he's like, no, we can't embarrass him. But she's like, shut up. We need to stop this. He goes, no. And he starts crying. And then she goes, but why? He says, because there's still good in him. He literally goes into the Luke speech to Leia in the Ewok village. There is still good in him. I can feel it. I look at him and I still see my father. The ring doesn't have complete control of him. We have to save him. They're copying Star Wars. They're copying Empire Strikes Back. They're copying Return of the Jedi. They have no talent. They have no ability to do anything original. They literally cut and pasted the scenes. So he's going to cry some more. She's going to pat him on the head. And when we come back, the dwarves are now getting ready to open a new mine shaft to mine for mithril. Only they get there and, oh no, there's Disa. And I showed you the transition clip. She goes, ah! And she goes, they go, huh? She goes, ah! And she then summons. They go, wait, Disa, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to stop us? She goes, no, they are. She summons giant freaking bats. So now not only does her retarded fanfiction singing seek out stone and minerals and mine and this and that, she can summon beasties. She summons beasties with her broken voice. Do they just reach into a bag of stupid for ideas and say, oh, look, this is a dildo. Let's throw it here and make it dumb. Make it gay. Make it stupid. Make it retarded. Is that what they do? Because it seems like that's what they do. And that's kind of the end of the dwarves because they ran away. The guys run away. Here comes Durin the Fourth. He goes, I love you. She goes, no time for loving now. We got to get ready for them to come back. We're going to be here. We're going to stop them. We got to come up with a new plan. I guess we'll find that out next time. Oh, I'm sorry. In the next couple episodes, the Balrog's going to attack, likely. I mean, listen. Previous reviews, we've talked about lore breaks. There's no room for lore breaks in this. There's just too much stupidity for the major lore breaks to even be noticed. There's just one stupid thing after another. How is it even remotely interesting and believable to have Disney go and summon bats? I'm serious. This is retarded. Who thinks this is a good idea? Who can defend this? If you like this legitimately, can you defend summoning bats? Can you? You cannot. This has gone from stupid to ludicrous. We're in ludicrous speed now, and we're heading straight for the elves.
Do not do this. Do not take his lure.
I will make him choke on it.
No! You mustn't! This is all his design! This is what Sauron wants! This is what he wants!
Elven time is, well, time. Right, we start with Legolas the Black, who's frolicking down the forest trail. He has made great time from running from the Southlands to reach the West. He comes across some orcs. He does some acrobatics and kills them real quick. And one of them just happens to have a map that's going to tell him exactly where he needs to go. Legolas the Black, everybody. He's better than Legolas the Real. Anyway, we're done with him forever, hopefully. No, probably not. He's gonna be so awesome in the battle next week, I bet. Okay, we're in Eregion, and we've got Celebrimbor struggling to make the 9. He has a hissy fit, yells at everybody in the room, forgets the chick who's actually hotter than Galadriel's name. I don't even know her name, but I know she's hotter. Forgets her name. He doesn't want to listen to them. We have to work harder, make these 9. We're going to beat it. We're out of Mithril. We're out of Mithril. What are we going to do? And here comes Sauron. Don't worry, I've changed my clothes to a new dress with a gold sash. I'm here to take care of everybody. Everybody go away. I'll deal with my boyfriend. You all go outside and take a powder. So everybody leaves. They're struggling about where to get the Mithril. Sauron says, I'll take care of it. You need to stay here and keep working. I will handle everything else. Don't go outside. Basically, though, they end up having... You saw it in the very first intro clip to the review. He's talking about the fact that Celebrimbor is so wrapped up in his work, he forgets it. Of course, he's messing with his mind, but he's so deep in making the rings, he's forgetting about the real world. Then he says, wouldn't you like to just stay in there deeper for a while and not come back? It'd be difficult to move out, and because you just want to go back in and go back out and go back in as we have more gay love. I mean, it's right there. It's right there. I showed you the clip. They're queer baiting again. So they talk about some gay butt sex. And then Celebrimbor is going to go back to work thinking, oh, thank you. He's going to, after he's done and satisfied, he's going to go back to work, and Sauron's going to go outside and give a speech to the citizens of Eregion, which amount to about 15 people. They talk about your citizens want to talk to you. There's only 15 of them out there. There's nobody there. He's going to assure them everything's fine. Then he gets told that some soldiers who went out to scout came back. Well, none of them came back except for one, and it's a dead body with a message carved in its chest. You could see his Orcsy, the black speech of Mordor. And a chick who is hotter than Galadriel says, what does it mean? And he says, where is he? Because, Adar wants Sauron, and he wants him to come out. And he assures her everything's going to be fine, and then he goes out and he looks across the lake and to where now Adar and Galadriel are having a little dinner party. This is probably one of the major lore break of the episode, if we're going to be serious here for a moment. They're having to talk about what are they going to do about Sauron, and that Adar is the best possible ally she can have, and he gets into her head, just like Sauron got into her head and made everything look live with color and this and that. Only she says then it looks like gray when he's not there, so she's still hard on for him. Then he says this, listen, I am your best possible chance for getting, because when we were last together, you were hard on for him, and you wanted to get to him so badly. I want to get to him badly, because I killed him before. And then here's where the lore break comes. He goes over to a chest, opens up, he breaks out the crown. Now, this is the crown that we saw him gank, ethnically ambiguous Sauron in the beginning of the season. And now we officially learn that the crown is made from Morgoth's crown. Because Galadriel says, Morgoth's crown. And we go, hold up, wait a minute. I checked with my lore, or what was told to me a little while. It was actually told to me a couple weeks ago when we were first talking about this stuff. Morgoth's crown was used to make the chains that bound him when he was dragged off to judgment at the end of the First Age. So, how can you reforge Morgoth's crown into Sauron's crown? How can Galadriel even recognize it if it's been reforged? I don't know. We got a problem. We have a problem. Will Robinson danger. We have a problem. Because Adar goes, I was there when they pried the Silmarils from Morgoth's crown. I was there when I was supposed to crown Sauron, and then I killed him with this crown, or tried to anyway. This entire section is now borked. It's done. It's over. It's stupid. It is lore inaccurate. It is garbage. But we've got the crown anyway. We know it's going to come back into play. Adar's going to say, listen, we need to work together. I'm going to let you stew for a while. I'm going to put a chain on you, but don't worry. I know you're into that, but I'm not into that because I only like to F orcs. When we come back later, it is once more time for Adar to twist Galadriel's mind or manipulate her because she's apparently the dumbest brick on Middle-earth. He comes in and she says, okay, I'm ready to be your ally, essentially. And she tells him everything. She literally spills the entire story of how much of a hard-on she has for Sauron as Halbrand, how they made the rings, and the rings brought everything to life, and this and that. And he's right. If we combine the rings with the crown, we can end Sauron forever. Because that's Adar's deal. We combine the rings with the crown, we can end Sauron. And she says, okay, let's do it. Because guess what? Guess what? Femrond is on his way back with an elven army. And we can take over Region, we'll find Sauron, and we'll bring him out, then we can kill him. But you need to back off. Because guess what? Sauron tricked you. He didn't have an army. He brought you here to be his army and be in the way of the elves. Adar's like, no. We're not going to do this. I'm now going to attack the city because you told me everything I need to know. He's in there. He's Halbrand. He's soon going to learn Anatar. And we're going to attack the city. So let's break this down for a second. Adar has decided to attack a Region despite the fact that the elves are willing to help him. But then he says in response to that, so what are you going to do once you have Sauron? Are you going to let us go back to Mordor? Because we just want to go live in peace in Mordor. But will you high and mighty elves then have to crush us because we're just ugly? That's essentially it. We're orcs, and you're going to kill us just because we're orcs. So once again, they are bringing in the whole idea that orcs just want to live in peace. They just want to have their orc families and their orc babies. They don't want to fight. Just let them go back to Mordor and multiply until then they'll spill out into the world and conquer everything. Don't you understand? Orc nuclear family, Adar just a happy grandpappy. It's retarded. Elves are bad. You're all bad. It's another one of these things where they are trying to push the idea that good is bad and bad is good. The elves represent pure good in Tolkien's world. They are pure good. They can do stupid shit. They can fall to petty human emotions sometimes, but they are good. They are inherently good. Orcs are twisted by Morgoth, not Sauron, Morgoth, and they are evil. No ifs, ands, or buts. So Adar has now justified the fact that I don't care if I'm being used because I'm going to have to fight the elves anyway because you won't let us live in peace. So as he goes out, she starts yelling at him, and I hope you like my thumbnail. I couldn't choose just one resting bitch face moment of Galadriel. I had to choose from many, and I focused on those final three. She just goes full as she yells at him, "You're a fool! You can't do this!" As they drag her away screaming. Papa Orc, who just wants to live in peace, gives him the battle horn hesitantly. He was all happy to kill Galadriel last episode, but now he's hesitant to give the war horn. Adar blows that mighty horn, and the orcs begin to mobilize, and this orc army that looks freaking pathetic in this shot that we see here is getting ready to go. Meanwhile, in a Region, oh no, we're under attack! Everybody starts freaking out. Celebrimbor hears there's a problem. He wants to go outside and see what's going on, but then here comes Sauron and says, "Wait, lover, you need to stay in here so that I can keep you all to myself." Celebrimbor actually pushes him, says, "No, I don't want to be deep in this anymore. I want to go outside, get some air. And stop telling me what to do. I don't love you anymore." And he goes outside, and now, before he does that, Sauron does a whammy. He just goes, which means he puts the illusion whammy on Celebrimbor, and Celebrimbor sees everything fine. Everything's fine. He's probably standing there going like this, while everybody's going, "Oh my God, the orcs are here! Oh my God, it's the end!" Oh, they're all running around. He's going, hee hee hee. Here comes Sauron and says, "Look, my friend, everything is peaceful. It's fine. Go back inside. Your rings will put the Silmarils to shame. Here, take your ancestral hammer and go and forge something mighty. I'll be in there in a minute to make sure you're deep inside that illusion." So he's going to go back inside, happy to make some rings. Oh, he says also, I got some pure mithril for you, man. It's ground up. It's the good stuff. It'll get you through it just enough to make 9 rings. He takes the ground up mithril. He's going to go inside and he's going to huff it and wait for Sauron to come in and help him finish. Meanwhile, then Sauron turns around and here's the reality. Everybody's freaking out. Oh my God, oh my God. Sauron's going to go look across the water. And then there's going to be, here comes the siege weapon. Here comes the catapults. Boom, fire raining down an episode. Yay, we're done. Huzzah! I hate this so much. And here we are. We are at the end of the season, the penultimate episode. And as I predicted, the final 2 episodes are the battle. The Siege of Eregion's going to last a whole night, apparently. It's going to last a day and a night. It's going to be ridiculous. I guess Elrond is going to come back. There's going to be fighting. I guess the freak out clips we've been seeing in trailers from the beginning of the season of Celebrimbor are finally going to happen, where he's going like that. That's finally going to happen. And I don't know, the Balrog is coming. Are we going to go back to Plot Armory Isildur? What is Numenor going to do? Are they going to send an army and literally fast travel in 2 days to get there and take over? I don't know. All I do know is that you are invited once again to join me in the panel Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for This Is Mordor Country, where we will break down the entire episode and have our fun with it while we lose our minds for your entertainment. So thank you one and all. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.